Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Shine Crew in the building. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Shine with Andrea. I am your host, Andrea Harrison, Chief Shine Officer of Shine with Andrea. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is well. I feel like I am I'm sitting in a different chair. So this chair is a little bit lower. So I feel like I look like this. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Miss Carolyn. Good morning. Good morning. Woo, tomorrow is the 26th. Oh my goodness. It is Friday tomorrow. Wow. This week just like flew by. Absolutely flew by. So who else is hanging out here with us? Who else is hanging out here with us? Hey, Miss Anita. She said, good morning. I'll catch the replay because I'm heading to the zoo with my granddaughter. Ooh, fun. Fun. Take some pictures. Do a new thing. Do a new thing. Take some pictures and share it with us. Good morning, Miss Vanessa. Top of the morning to the Shine Crew. You sound like my mother. My mother always says that. Top of the morning to you. Good morning. You going to say good morning to the Shine Crew, Madison?
Good morning, Shine Crew. I hope you shine very shinely today.
Come here. Madison, come here. Come here. You look beautiful. Say good morning.
Good morning.
Come here, Madison. Oh my gosh. The teenager is teenaging. Teenaging. Come here.
Good morning. Hello. Nice to meet you.
You have a word of wisdom for them?
Keep shining no matter what anyone else says. Even if people do weird, dumb stuff. Just keep shining.
You know they love you, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. All right, y'all. So this is the book that we are reading out of this month. Good morning, Miss Vita. This is the book that we're reading out of this month. So we have just 5 more days left of I Did a New Thing. And we are on day 25. And today's topic is exchange your craving for something healthy. Exchange your craving for something healthy. So what did you guys think about? What did you guys think about this particular chapter? Is this something that you something that was new to you, something that you learned from it? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this chapter? What are your thoughts on this chapter? Ms. Vita said, I read it today so I would not get a spanking. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I read it this morning. I read it this morning so that it would be fresh in my mind, because I noticed that when I read it the day before, sometimes the things that I want to say or point out, they're not fresh in my mind. And so she said she didn't want to get a spanking. That's funny. And I didn't have my highlighter with me when I read it. So there's something that I was like, ooh, I want to highlight that. And of course, I forgot. But anyway, Patrice said book in hand. Oh my gosh. All right. So is there anybody that read it already and can say what they got out of it? Well, Miss Vita, what did you get out of it? So Vanessa said, I loved it. I'm going to try now how do you say that? Is it kabocha? Kabocha? I think it's kabocha, right? Because there's an O there. I'm not sure. I think it's kabocha. You know me, I'm always very I'm always very afraid to try something new when it comes to food. But I do love potatoes. and I love bread. And so if she says that it tastes like potatoes, I'm like, okay, maybe I can try it. Maybe I can try it. And I think it also depends on how you season something, how you cook it. So maybe Gordon can, do his thing and put his foot in it, and maybe I'll like it. And that's what I thought too, Vanessa. Like, maybe I could try that. I don't know. So this all started with a fast. And so I thought back to the beginning of the year, in January, when Gordon and I both did a 21-day fast, and how it really was challenging to find things that we could eat, because we did the Daniel's fast. I mean, what has been commercialized as the Daniel fast. And, there were so many things that we couldn't eat, which I didn't mind. I did well on it. I did well on it. I'm proud of myself. But being able to find substitutes was challenging, right? And really not substitutes, because you're supposed to be fasting from certain foods. So you're not supposed to try to find substitutes. So I don't think that's what I meant. I think what I meant was just trying to, find foods that you could eat to sustain yourself, right? And that would taste good too, because that's a big thing for me. Like, I can't eat something that don't taste good, that I don't enjoy, right? I just call me a heathen. But that's really hard. Good morning, Jamel. Good morning, Nini. So I don't know. So anyway, so she's fasting from the potatoes and the bread in memory of her mom, because her mom used to love potatoes, right? And so she was really doing the bread because she said she indulges just way too much in that, right? And she says that one thing that she said is that when you are fasting something, it's like your taste buds crave that thing. It's like they really, really want it when you can't have it. But I was like, you know what? That's what life is like. That's what life is like. Like, that's why people cheat, right? The people want something they can't have. And so the same was for her with the potatoes and the bread. And so she tried the Japanese squash, which we we're talking about, kabocha, I think is how you say it, and she loved it. And so she said, I have been missing everything about potatoes, right? So she loves any kind of potatoes. And I'm the same way. Sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, French fries, potato chips, or honey hot potato. Now that was something that I was like, wait, hold up. I've never heard of a honey hot potato. Now that might be a new thing that I might be able to get down with. What is a honey hot potato? Does anybody know? Hey, Jamila. Vita says it was encouraging to try a new food, especially since I've been trying to eliminate food that has been causing me inflammation. So, well, you already know, TJ shared with us what she did for that. So you should really, really look into doing it that way if you can, because every time you try out a new food and you weigh yourself the next morning, you can tell whether that the food that you ate caused inflammation. So I wonder if that's the way that you're doing it. But anybody know what a honey hot potato is? I'm thinking, because I like when I go to Vegas for convention, I like honey hot chicken tenders, the honey hot chicken tenders. And so I'm wondering if it's a potato that has honey and hot sauce on it. I've never heard of a honey hot potato. That's what you've been doing? Oh, cool. Hey, Tara. Good morning. Yeah. So I wonder if that's what it is. Nobody seems to know. So I'm gonna just keep going. Anyway, so she said, because she was craving it so much, to come across the kabocha that tastes like the very thing that she's been craving, she said she felt like she won a new prize. And so then she goes, like, this is a noisy chair, y'all. I have two big girl computer chairs. These are big girl computer chairs. If you want to know what that means, DM me. I'll tell you. But that's what she was talking about. She started to go into, when you try something new, how it opens you up to finding, the very thing that you thought you couldn't do without, right? And that it's not just good for you, but it's good to you, right? Let's make a beat to it. Tara, you so funny. You so funny. Good morning, Miss Tina. She said, because y'all know Tab looked up the health benefits to the Japanese squash, right? And look at all the things that she says that it's good for. She said it improves blood sugar levels. It is low in calories and carbs than a sweet potato. She said studies have shown that it helps prevent cancer growth. Kabocha, a Japanese squash. And she said it tastes like a potato. She said it does not taste like squash. It tastes like a potato. She said that it prevents cancer growth, decreases blood pressure, protects heart, eye, and skin health. She said, who knew? Who knew? She said there are so many benefits to this vegetable that I would have likely never tried it had I not been challenging myself to fast. Hey, Lucy Luz. Hey, beautiful. Yo, Shine Crew, I need you to welcome my girl, Lucy Luz, to the Shine with Andrea morning show. Good morning, good morning. Tara says, I'm here, I'm back. Yay, because I missed you. So she says now she has something that will keep she will keep as a mental list of healthy options. So now she can do the Japanese kabocha, right? And she says, she's going to maybe put other things on it that she normally puts on a regular potato, other vegan options for her. So she said, this is it. This is what I wanted to highlight. She says, sometimes you have to try a new thing to replace an old thing. It can help distract you from any old habits that might be hard to break, at least until you have the strength to know that you can be good without doing the old thing. Trying something new out of curiosity can actually help you develop new, healthier habits. Okay, so like in her case, overeating the potatoes. She said, but the only way to discover if something new can be better for us is if we have an open mind and we're willing to release the old thing. That's the hardest part, is releasing the old thing, especially when it's something you love that's not good for you, right? She said, eating this kabocha wouldn't matter as much if I wasn't willing to let go of the potatoes for a season. And then here it is. She said, we're so conditioned to hold on to stuff, especially when it comes to our food. Most people don't see it as an addiction, but for some people, it can be a real thing. So the reset is often necessary. And then this is where she goes in. This is where she goes in, okay? She says the reset can help us heal. Sometimes we have to let go of something. Sometimes we have to step away from something. Sometimes we have to say, okay, I've got to love them from afar to protect our peace and to heal, okay? It gives us a peace of mind because sometimes it ain't just about food, right? It's about what's in our minds. Miss Rochelle said, I'm trying roasted romaine lettuce. Okay, I need to know about that. Roasted romaine lettuce, Ma. Never heard of it. Send me a picture, a recipe, something, because I never heard of that. I like romaine lettuce, but I'm not sure I want it roasted. but I wonder what that tastes like. But sometimes it's not just about food. Sometimes we need a reset in other areas of our lives. It's about what we've been telling ourselves. She said, have you ever thought you needed something or someone and realized after it or they're gone or they were gone that you really didn't? She said, I know I've said, ooh, I need some potatoes. I need some comfort food. But now I know a better way to get that comfort without overindulging, right? It feels good. It tastes good. But there's something better for me. So she said, so I shift my mindset and say to myself, no, girl, you've got to release that. What in your life do you have to shift your mindset and say to yourself, no, girl, I got to release that. Or no, man, I got to release that. You don't have to say it out loud. Well, I can't hear you, but what I mean is you don't have to comment and write it in the chat if you don't want to. That, you know, you need to know for yourself. You need to know for yourself. Sometimes we have to shift our mindset and say, no, I'm going to protect my peace. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to indulge in that. I'm not going to indulge in those conversations. I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole. I'm not going to go over to their house because when I go over there, I don't like the way that I feel. I don't like what it riles up within me. I'm not going to hang around those people anymore because they're the same that they were when we were back here in this whatever, right? And that's not who I am anymore, or that's not what I'm trying to continue doing. So I need to shift my mindset and say to myself, no, girl, you've got to release that. Tara said, oh, here we go. Just in time for some toe stomping. She said, the other day I was so emotional. I wanted something greasy and sloppy. I know it was emotionally driven. Now, you don't have to tell us what you did with that, right? That's between you and God. You don't have to tell us what you did. But the next time that happens, I challenge us all to like really think about, okay, why do I feel this way? Can I shift my mindset? Can I move away from here? Will I allow God to help me to move from this place? Can I shift my mindset and keep my mind stayed on Him instead of on what's going on over here? Right? Vita says, yes, husband number one, he left me, but it saved my life. Wow. 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 And sometimes there are blessings in disguise, right? That we don't, in the moment, we think it's the worst thing that is happening to us. And we don't realize that sometimes it's the best thing that could have happened to us. Tara says, yep, lost some relationships because I was changing and they weren't. And I think that happens often because, you know, if you are going to a different place in life and you're experiencing different things, and, you know, there are people in your life that they are not willing to experience those things. They're not willing. You're making changes. Your life is transforming. You're making different decisions. You're making better decisions, and you're elevating in life. And when I say elevating, I'm not talking about like being better than that person or being better than anyone. I just mean literally you're elevating. You're moving from where you were, and you're allowing God to do something new in you. And you're being obedient, and your life is now in alignment with God. You are now walking in your purpose, or at least you're on the road, right? You have started the journey. And where's Jan? Where's Jan? I noticed she's not here. Hope she's okay. Somebody check on Jan. Tag her in the comments if you're friends with her. And sometimes, you know, the people that you've been friends with for a very long time, sometimes people are afraid of change. They don't want to embrace change because of the fear of the unknown. Sometimes people are they complain about where they are, but they're not trying to make no changes, and that's where they are, and that's where they're going to stay. And so as you're evolving, I think I like that better than elevating. As you're evolving and trying new things and doing new things and experiencing life, and you're getting a sense of you're getting that sense of freedom that comes along with it. And they look at you and sometimes they wish that they could be where you are, but they're not willing to make the choices, the decisions. They're not willing to do what you've done to get there. Then it looks like they're jealous of you. But I don't, and then they stop talking to you. But I don't think it's jealous in the sense of how you could be jealous of somebody and their lifestyle. Maybe, I don't know if envious is a better word, but somehow most times I feel like they're mad at themselves. They're mad at themselves because they can't get it right. And some people don't want to make a change. Some people are striving for change, but they're stuck and they don't know how to get unstuck. And then they see that now you're unstuck. And instead of saying, you know what, let me go ahead and flow with her because maybe I can learn something, they turn against you. And then you lose that friendship because they're not trying. They want to stay where they're at. And so there's no middle ground. And I think that's unfortunate. Hey, Shanae. I think that's unfortunate, but I think that's what happens, right? I think that's what happens. Mike says a lot of people don't know how to make a change. You're absolutely right.
Take a look at yourself and make that share.
Did y'all hear that in the background? Oh my gosh. Good morning, Shelly. Good morning. Tara says, I was tired of the hood replay. Get up, drink, smoke, barbecue with the neighbors, add a healthy dose of drama, and then do it all over again every day. She says, but my friends weren't tired. See? Sometimes they just don't want to be. Sometimes they just don't want to do it. Or they don't know anything else. They don't know anything else. Right? So like Mike said, they just don't know how to change. And they get frustrated within themselves because they see you and they see what they would like to have, not in terms of material things, just in terms of peace. Right? And they don't know how to attain it. They don't know how to make a difference in their life. Right? Tara says, I think it can be both depending on the person, jealousy and envy. But I also agree because they don't know how to get unstuck, but they are unwilling to follow our lead or even just try, right? Even just try. And Jamel says it may not be jealousy or envy. It may just be that they haven't surrendered any parts of their lives to the Lord or trusted the Lord with their life, right? They may not even know who the Lord is, like at all. For themselves, right? Oh, it wasn't Mama. It was Gordon, but she laughed out loud when I said change. He started singing Michael Jackson's song "Make a Change." Oh, you what? Man in the Mirror, but that was what he was singing. Mike says I was singing the song in my head too, so he heard you, Gordon, and Shelly heard you too. She said, me too. And Tara says, sounds like Michael Jackson in the background. Oh my gosh, they heard you. But Jamel, you're right. Make that change. But you're right, Jamel. I think sometimes, like Mike said, sometimes people don't know how to make the change. They're not willing to make the change. They're afraid to make the change. And this is why I think the Shine Crew is so important, because we need to shine our light so that other people can see the light. And I know that there's more for them out there, right? I think you said that you ended up doing a Subway sandwich. Yeah, that you ate a Subway sandwich. It wasn't greasy or sloppy. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Good for you. So the last paragraph on page 194 says, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. There's something amazing about opening up your palate to something new. It's not only the immediate benefits of a new food, it's also what we unknowingly tell our minds and bodies in the process, in a way that is simple and easy to access our taste. We tell our bodies that we are open to new things in all areas of our lives. In this case, I was able to tell my body that I can fulfill my cravings without hurting myself or going against a promise I made to myself and God, in this case, the fast. She said, honey, that's a whole word right there. You can still keep your promise while doing something new that fulfills whatever void you think you have. Wow. That was good. That was good. Hey, Dr. Stevie, that was good. So the quote that she has is, sometimes you may find something new that takes the edge off while missing the thing you released. Sometimes you might find something new that takes the edge off while missing the thing the thing you released. And I don't think I read the quote in the beginning. And this is a quote that Gordon always says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. What does that mean, Gordon? You want to tell us?
No matter how far the journey is, you still have to make the move towards starting.
Y'all heard what he said? A journey of 1,000 miles. So the journey can be long, 1,000 miles. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine having to walk 1,000 miles? Now, if you sit there and you just keep looking at the road ahead of you and saying, oh man, I can't do this. This is going to take too long. I can't do this. How am I going to walk, for 1,000 miles, and you just keep complaining about it and talking about it. And if you don't take one step, the journey begins with one step. You never know what will happen when you take that one step. You literally could take one step, and that could be the start of something that you never realized. Somebody could come along, drive right past you and say, hey, you need a ride? I'm going to such and such. And you say, oh my goodness, I'm going there too. You just never know what happens when you start. And this, I think, has been my message for those of you who know that God has called you to do something, but you are afraid of the unknown. You don't know how it's going to taste. You don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know what's going to happen.
You'll never know if you will win the race unless you run the race.
You never know if you're going to win the race unless you run the race, right? And that's true. Because listen, I can't run, okay? Not now. I used to be one of the fastest runners in my neighborhood when I was a kid, but I can't run, right? But that doesn't mean that I can't enter the race. Because guess what? If I start moving, putting one foot in front of the other, even though I'm not running, eventually, what will happen? Eventually, I'll get to the end. It may take me a long time, but I'll get there.
I got one from my dad. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time.
If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. Yep, that's a good one. If you aim at nothing, you will hit it every time. But if you at least try to aim for, you have some sort of goal in mind, then at least you know, okay, I'm on the right track. Okay, I only need to do this much more, right? At least in your mind is going to try and push further, because it's like, oh, I just, I did this much. I only need this much more. Oh, I can do that. I can handle that. Vita says, Vita says, that's so true. I was seeking to live a Christian to live a Christian marriage, but although husband number one was in church wasn't in him. When he left, I found out that God had protected me from his hidden sins of drugs, women, and stealing our money. Wow. Wow. God protected you, all right. Jamel says you have to take the first step to get anywhere, no matter how long or short the journey is. Exactly. Exactly. Because from here to where the lanai is, where the pool is, right? That's not a very long journey, but I'll never get there if I don't get up out of this seat. If I don't take a few steps, I'll never get there. I'll never get there. So it doesn't matter if the journey is 1,000 miles long or if the journey is just a few feet. If you don't start, you're not going to get there, right? I don't know who you talking to, Dr. Stevie. you must be watching something else on another device, and maybe you made a mistake and you wrote this over here. So I'm just gonna keep it moving. Jamel said, take the first step and God will give you the second step. And you know what? And sometimes he might not. Sometimes he might be wanting to learn you something. You know, sometimes he might want you to keep taking steps to learn to trust him, because trust is not just it's not just a word you say with your mouth, but you have to back up that trust with faith, and you have to back up that faith with action, and that action will never happen if your mindset is not right. So if your mindset is telling you something else, you're not going to take that action. Listen, I'm trying to tell you what I learned. I'm trying to tell you what I know, right? So sometimes he will leave us to let us, what is it called? Waddle in the water for a little bit, you know? Sometimes he'll leave us a little bit, keeping his eye on us, but we have to learn. We've got to back up that faith with action, right? And once you start taking those steps, and he sees, oh, she's got it. She's got her bearing. She's got it. Once she starts doing that, then guess what? Then that's when he's going to really come in and help you and send the right people. So Gordon brought, these are books that I have in my library. Do It Afraid. I actually did a video on this. Do It Afraid by Joyce Meyer, Embracing Courage in the Face of Fear. And this one, I don't know why he brought this one, but this one is Seize the Day. Seize the Day. Living on purpose and making every day count. I love me some Joyce Meyer. I guess that was the commercial. I don't know.
No, it's just seize the day.
Okay.
Do It Afraid. Just go ahead and just do it.
Okay.
Nike.
Okay.
That's a commercial.
Thank you, Gordon.
All right, I'm done.
So wait, Gordon, hold on. So listen, y'all, I have to, before we go, hey, Jan, I'm glad you're here, honey. Dr. Stevie, you don't have to come on camera. Move this for me. Dr. Stevie, I'm not listening to you. I don't know what you're saying. Dr. Stevie said, let Pastor preach. All right, I got to show y'all something, okay? No. Before we go, I got to show y'all something. And I need y'all to go follow your boy. Okay? Let me show y'all something. So yesterday, hold on. So yesterday, stop it, Tara. Stop it. So yesterday, I had this, y'all are very distracting.
She is. That's your mom.
I can't even think right now. Oh my gosh.
Maybe you shouldn't talk.
Shh. Yesterday, I had this great idea, and I shared it with Madison. Madison jumped all over it, and you know, because we both see something great in Gordon. But he's not in front of the camera type guy, right? So he's not going to put himself out there. That's just not who he is. He's a behind the scenes, with a servant's heart, supporting role, helping you, do everything that you need. But we both see that he has a tremendous, Mike, you're going to love this, Mike. He has a tremendous amount of, he's like a walking encyclopedia. He has a wealth of information and a lot of experience, right? Especially when it comes to radio and music and DJing and, all of that stuff, but with so many other things as well. And so we came up with this thing, and that, Madison asked him some questions, right? Because Gordon has answers. He has answers. You ask him anything, he's got an answer for you. There's nothing that, and if he don't know, he's either going to try to talk himself into knowing it, or his wife will say, it's okay to say you don't know. Let's go find out. But he has answers. He can talk about anything to anybody, right? And no, it shouldn't be called Hey Daddy, because it's not about her. It's not about her. And there are going to be other people who are going to ask him questions too. This is about Gordon has answers. So we changed his name on TikTok to be Gordon Answers, because that's what he does. Gordon Answers. And so it's not about anybody else. We want him to shine, right? We want him to shine. Tara said your name should be DJ Encyclopedia.
By the way, y'all, they didn't tell me about this till they turned the camera on.
Yeah, we didn't tell him anything about it.
It was scary.
And so we had him sitting there, and I put the camera on him, but to the side, and I told him, I said, look at me. Don't look at the camera. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I said, don't look at the camera. Look at me. Okay, look at me. And then Madison asked him the question. Now, there's a whole series of them. I won't show them all to you, but I'll show you maybe one or two. And there are more. There are more, right? There are more, and there will be more made and more to come. And I welcome all of you guys to ask him a question, for him to answer the question. And it could be about anything, not just music. Look, Stevie, Jamel says, I know it's not, but it's cute. And that's what she said at the beginning of each question. And I love the sound of that. Yeah. And so it could be the Hey Daddy series, but this is about him. Ask Gordon Answers, right? And so Dr. Stevie says, see, there is a show here called Ask the Pastor. Now we have Gordon Answers. God is already bringing this thing to life. Watch what happens. And that's what I'm saying. This is not just about, it's very cute between her and her daddy. It's the most beautiful thing, because they have the best conversations. And Madison is just like her mother when it comes to asking questions. Like, I had a million quadrillion questions, and I still do. But so I have questions. Gordon has answers. And so, stop it. Actually, he was standing here next to me. I was looking at him. So listen, so I want to show y'all, and I think please follow him. Please follow him. Let me write it. Let me write it here, or I can put the link for you. Let me see. I can put the link for you. Here we go. And I'm going to show you a couple, and I think it's so cute. Please follow him. Mike, you are going to love this, Mike. But Dr. Stevie, you're onto something, and because that's exactly what I saw. That's the vision I saw, that this is going to be so much more than just, because I asked him questions about marriage. And I asked him some fun stuff too, but we welcome people asking questions. It's just amazing. Okay. So here we go. Let me share my screen, and y'all are gonna love this. And Gordon, we want to hear what you have to say about it. So don't go too far. All right. So this is his this is his TikTok, okay? And as you can see, we've uploaded 6 videos, okay? We've uploaded 6 videos, and he don't have a whole lot of followers. He had 75 yesterday, and today he has 79. And I told him it's not about the followers, but look at the amount of views that he has, that people are watching his videos, okay? So this, I'm gonna show you the very first one, and the first one was analog editing, okay? So let's watch this.
Hey, Daddy, I have a question for you. How did you edit tapes when you worked at the radio station?
Well, I remember using a reel-to-reel, and I used to actually use a splicer. So you used to actually take the tape for wherever the person voice is and the word, and we used to cut that out, or we used to put things together and make it shorter. So we used to cut sentences out. So we had the intake and the outtake of the sentence, and actually we listened to it where it passes over the head of the reel-to-reel, and we clipped it, and then we used the actual tape for the reel-to-reel that is made for it to splice it, to put it back together, and played it again to make sure it worked.
Wasn't that cool? Wasn't that cool? Okay, so let's see. Which one y'all want to hear next? Let's see. Let's go to the one that had. Okay, let's go to radio broadcasting.
Hey, Daddy, what was your best memory working in broadcasting?
Oh, wow. My best memory was actually meeting, when I first started, meeting the actual announcers that were there that I listened to on radio, and realizing that they did not look like how they sounded. Because this is radio, you hear them. But they were so nice, and very, being one of the youngest in broadcasting at the time, learning the ropes, supporting them as technical operator or editor or producer. They actually guided me and respected me, and taught me a lot, including news, music, talk shows, all of that, including my boss, Tomlin. I have to give credit to Tomlin.
Oh. And that's radio broadcasting in Jamaica, okay? And so let's see. This is a fun question she asked him.
Hey, Daddy, I have a question. What did you think of the Stray Kids concert we went to?
Oh my gosh, K-pop. So you introduced me to K-pop, and it's an amazing genre because it's a mixture of pop, hip-hop, and it also incorporates the culture of Korean culture and lifestyle. So it was very interesting. But those guys, they left it all on stage. They, from beginning to end, they were not slowing down. Every song was on point. Every live performance was excellent. Every vocal, everything they did was beautiful. And even to the very end of the last song, they did not like walk around being tired or whatever. They indulged with the audience, but they actually did a really good performance. I'm very excited because I've never seen anything like that in a live performance all the way.
Isn't that cool? What do you guys think? Oh, Vanessa said, so fun. I just followed Gordon. You got a new follower! Yay! Yay! Tara says, I love this. Gordon answers. Yeah, so tell us what you think, Gordon.
It's very interesting, but
come here.
No, not
you're fine, baby.
Not like a highlighter.
You look like a highlighter. Let me see. Hold on.
I'm a highlighter today.
Let me see. Yeah, you kind of do look like a highlighter.
Good morning. I don't want you doing this.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah,
Gordon.
She's putting me in front of camera. You know I don't.
I have a question.
Oh, what?
Go ahead. Look, Jamila said, Jonathan loved the clips. I told you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Jamila.
So
what I think of it?
Yeah, tell me.
It's interesting. Just never know what question's gonna come up.
That's the joy in it. That's the fun
Yeah,
in it.
the unknown can, and then I don't like being in front of camera like right now. I wasn't prepared for it.
It's
She
just me and you.
she
No
just
one's there.
posed me. No one's there.
No one's there.
All the people right
You
there.
don't see anybody. Stop shaking the desk.
Well, that's the thing with radio. You don't see anybody, and you're in the studio talking to yourself the whole
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Yeah. So just talk to yourself.
I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words right now. But I mean, I think it's a good thing. I want to share a lot of things. It's not just gonna be, just
Wait, hold up. Hold up.
This is what they discussed.
Wait,
So
wait, hold up. Did
wait,
you
let
hear
me
what he
finish.
said? He's talking strategy now. Okay, go ahead.
Turn my mic off so I can talk. No. What I'm saying is, what we discussed is that it's for you guys to understand. It's not just going to be, just music and all that stuff. It could be spiritual. It could be cooking. There's some cooking tips coming up, I think.
Ooh.
But we'll just talk it through. Learn to cook Jamaican.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody have a question for him right now? Anybody have a question? Look, Patrice said, hey, Gordon.
Hey, Miss Patrice.
Tara says Kevin has the same shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Hey, my ear is right there, babe.
Should I turn my mic off?
Look.
I'm muted.
Oh, gosh.
Right. I unmuted myself.
Dr. Stevie said, I followed Pastor 2 and was the 80th one. As we know, 8 is the number of new beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, followed Pastor? What are you talking? She's calling you a pastor, Gordon. So you must have. So you're the 80th one. That's what she's talking about.
Thank you, Dr.
She's the
Stevie.
80th one.
Thank you so much.
Oh my
God bless
gosh.
you all.
He is not.
God bless you, my child.
He's not ordained. Don't call him a pastor.
What?
You're not ordained.
They call me pastor whenever I walk around.
Oh my gosh.
You know me.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's the pastor. Yeah.
Anyway, Dr. Stevie said, I know I am. You just don't want to walk into what God has for y'all. This channel is about to explode.
Yeah.
Then y'all can come back to this live and see the prophecy.
Well, true story. I am the worship leader for the last 3 years for a specific church that we have online, that we attend. And you are the producer.
Executive producer. Yes. But you know what I want to say is that before any of us went on TV, before I was on TV, doing my featured shows with the CBS station here in Tampa, before Madison was on TV, the first person to go on TV.
I have those clips. I was invited to DJ at a morning show
live
that was syndicated
nationally,
for 2 hours nationally and internationally for the second 2 hours in Spanish. So I have clips of those. Maybe we can.
Do you have the clip that I can pull it up?
No, it's on my drive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we gotta show it one day.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So let's see. Vanessa says y'all so cute.
I can put pictures.
Look, Jan said she followed you.
Thank you so much.
Tara said y'all so cute.
Thank you.
Jamila said answer the simple with a Gordon answer. It will be thought-provoking and comical at times.
There you go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tara says, oh, we like cooking. Jamila says, so am I being prepped for a life in radio through my lives?
Listen, broadcast. It's natural. It's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple, but definitely a good thing. Jamila
says yes to the cooking.
Oh yeah.
Hey Wandretta. Oh, okay. So we have a question for you. What is your favorite food to cook? Right. Anything that Andrea likes to eat. I'm sorry.
I remember the very first time I started cooking, and I mastered that making omelets. And then my favorite thing to cook always is Jamaican food. So I like to cook like rice and peas and chicken, jerk pork, different things.
Yes. Okay, we got another question. Really? I'm not even gonna read it. You read it.
How do you make it? With
really?
A smile. I listen. I smile at everything. She's just a joy to be around. Being married sometimes, you. It's funny. We'd say the same things, and sometimes we misunderstand, and we're talking about the same exact thing. And I'm like, I understand that we're saying the same exact thing, but I don't know why we're not connected. And sometimes you just have to take a step back and smile and say, you know what?
Let's move on from here. We change the subject, or we just hug each other. But yeah, it's not easy. It's work, meaning that you may not be in the right mood or frame of mind sometimes, but you have to take a step back and just see your partner in that light. And yeah, it will work. And pray. Don't forget to pray.
Tara says, speak Jamaican Spanish to us.
Jamaican Spanish. Yo, tengo mucho grande. You don't know. Seen a lot of mercy. Yeah, man. I'm around the corner. Just some coming up. Yeah, man. Big up everybody. Sunshine every day. You don't know already. Seen. Boop, boop, boop. Yes, I am born and raised in Jamaica. I was born in Spalding's Hospital in the parish of Clarendon.
Tell
I
us
live
about-
in Manchester.
Tell us about the hospital you were born in.
Oh, so it's called Percy Junior Hospital, and it was actually built by one of Andrea's relatives many years ago. There was no hospital in the area, and he was a entrepreneur, and he actually built the hospital so that people could have a hospital in the area where we live.
So I'm responsible for your birth into this world.
You. Yeah, man. That's so we say it, you know? That's how we do it. For
Look,
real.
Hey, wait, here's another question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I can't saltfish. Don't know. Yeah, man. That's one of their favorite breakfasts.
See, I would have brought you some, Andretta, if you would have said yes to my other request that I texted you about, but you didn't, so you're not going to get none.
It's not about that. It's okay. Be kind to people.
Oh, I'm supposed to be shining.
Yes. It's not that time.
Oh, gosh. She said that boy said with a smile. Honestly, y'all vibe. She said that boy said with a smile. Honestly, y'all vibe so well, and I know marriage is not easy, and Andrea's light shines so bright, and you move so gracefully with her. Oh, you do. Some husbands would shrink back, but you compliment her so beautifully.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
She
Thank
is
you.
my best friend.
Aww.
And to be honest with you guys, I'm not even going to go into the whole story, but I realized when I met Andrea and as I got to know her that I prayed for her my whole life. Even before I met her, I was praying for that person to be in my life. And when I did meet her, God gave me the wink. She said no the first time I asked her to marry me, but that's another story. Maybe it's going to be an Ask Gordon. What's it called? What is the thing called? Gordon answers.
Gordon answers.
Something, whatever.
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt that says "Ask me a question."
Really?
Yes,
No.
yes, and then you can just record. Right, we can record you right on the spot.
People ask me a question in Target all the time. Think I work there. I don't work there.
Because you like to wear that red shirt and those khaki bottoms. That's why. Oh gosh.
Excuse me, you work here? No.
Miss Rochelle said, "I love jerk chicken with Scotch bonnet peppers."
Yeah, girl. If you want the heat, I'll turn up the Scotch bonnet for you. They don't like the heat, so I have to kind of turn it down when I cook jerk chicken for them. But definitely, if you love the heat, I can work it in.
Tara says, "So it was an honest question. Other husbands might need to hear it."
Oh yeah, of course. I appreciate it.
Dr. Stevie said, "Jesus, I love that. I realized that I prayed for her my whole life."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I prayed for him too. I told y'all I had a list of 21 things, 21 things, and he didn't hit. There was only one thing out of those 21 things on my list that he did not hit. Everything else, two things, because I said a lawyer, and I said tall, dark, and handsome. So, well,
If you look at my DNA,
so he's taller than me. He's taller than me, which is really good.
she used to put me to stand up on the steps sometimes. Stand up right there.
And he's not dark, but it's okay because he loves me more than anything in this world. He loves me so much, and I know it. I know it. You can know when a woman is loved. You can know when a woman is loved.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
My bad.
Kev turned me down 2G, but what God has for us is for us.
That's right. God knows.
Shanae says, "I'm going to send you a live question video."
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got
Okay.
you.
Dr. Stevie says, "Here's my question. At the retreat, Pastor, will you preach our Sunday morning sermon?"
Oh, of course. mean, yeah, whatever God put on my heart, and yeah, we having a retreat, right? Of course.
Jamel wants to know, why did I say no the first time?
Oh,
You,
that's me.
you want me to answer? You got answers.
Okay, so she actually.
You want to pull that chair over so you can sit down?
Boy. All right, give me 2 seconds. Well, we're making this really long today.
No, we're not making it long. Although if we do, Tara will be here if everybody else goes. This chair, I got the noisy chair,
You got the
Gordon.
squeaky,
I got the squeaky chair. Don't step on that. Something just fell. Be careful.
Still here. So she wanted to make sure that she was hearing from God too, and that she know that this was something, that a choice that God was in it, and that was the answer. So she fasted and prayed. So when she said no, she told me actually that she was gonna fast me, meaning stay away from me for like a week and pray about it and seek God on making the decision. And so she did. And I wasn't worried because I already knew. Because God really revealed it to me. And even prior before meeting her that weekend, I had an episode. And when I say episode, I was going through a lot. And I literally fasted and prayed. And I had a friend who encouraged me and said, you know what? God has somebody special for you that he created for you to be with, and for them to be with you. And you need to seek God on that and stop complaining. Because I told everybody I was going to ball my head and move to the Himalayas and spread the word in the Himalayas.
And instead of balling his head, now he's done grown all his hair.
But yeah, it was a episode. Then I actually met Andrea that week after I fasted. I even stopped after fasting and praying. I stopped thinking about it, and the next thing I know, we met. And I didn't realize it until about 2 weeks later when we were actually sitting down there. I felt God's presence with us because we were worshiping in our car, and
In your car.
My car. Yeah. So
was it my car?
it was my car.
It was your car, yeah. Because you were the first guy that I had ever gotten into a car with, and he had a whole CD, had a whole CD case of all worship music, and had a Bible on his back seat that looked like it's been read. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he different.
I knew Andrea was interesting when the first thing, when I realized she was really sweet and everything. At work, they had put her to train with me because she had just started working with us at JP Morgan. And so we started talking. I think the whole time, I don't think I trained her, but we were talking about Jamaican stuff and different things, New York. And it was just crazy. And I asked her, so what do you do for fun? And her answer was honest, and it really touched my heart because she said, I go to church. And I'm like, you don't go to the movie, you don't go to the club. No, I go to church. And I was like, wow. Because I've met people that say they go to church, but the next thing they do is right after church, they go to the club Sunday night. So, I mean, I've hung out with people like that when I say hung out, I people I knew, and I used to always question, okay, not that was an issue at the time for me because I used to work at a club, but it was just the weirdest thing. I was like, okay, you go to church and club. And not, that's them, nothing wrong with that. But I just felt it was different when she actually told me that was her focus, going to church.
So I love that Tara says, well, medium, light, and handsome is what you got.
Don't worry, Tara. I fixed that part when my DNA came back the other day.
He's
West Africa, baby.
He's like,
yes.
You're like 40, what, 40?
No. 59.
59% West African.
Yeah, don't dim that light.
Oh my gosh. Look, Tara says, "Oh yeah, we pushing into my territory, the hour mark, whatever." Okay, so I'm glad that you're here, sweetheart. I'm glad that
Thank
you're
you
here.
so. Thank you.
Let's see. Dr. Stevie says, "I need y'all to write a book on love, relationships, and godly marriage."
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. I need to do what God told me to do first.
And we live happily ever after.
Jamel says, "Excellent foundation. Gordon and Andrea, I love that you sought the Lord first."
Oh,
Aw.
yeah.
So Vanessa said, "How did we meet?"
Oh. So we met at work, and she had just started working there, and we had sometimes we had these big meetings on the call center floor where everybody gathered together. And right before we had the meeting, my team lead on my team saw Andrew, and she's always nosy. So she asked Andrew, "What are you?" Because she was thinking, she was Spanish or something. But my team lead was always trying to tell me to date somebody. And I'm like, I'm not doing that, And one day I sat her down. I was like, no, I can't date. I'll go out with somebody, but I just don't feel comfortable because I have to explain things because my culture is so different. And that sometimes there's so many misunderstandings that I spend most of the time explaining different things to people, and in different cultures. And I'm like, I'd rather somebody that's Jamaican that understand me and I don't have to explain myself. I'd be more comfortable with that. So when she asked Andrea what she was, because everybody thought she was Spanish, I thought she was Spanish.
I thought you were Spanish.
And I wasn't really, I didn't tell her I was looking at Andrea because I saw Andrea, but I didn't tell her I was looking at Andrea.
What you thought when you first saw me?
I said, "Oh, look at that cute Spanish girl." That's what I said. Hello. But she's Spanish.
So go ahead, you didn't finish.
Oh, so I guess when you
how did y'all meet? Look, the question is right there.
Yeah, but
you said that we were having a a meeting on the floor.
Yeah. But she introduced you to me.
But how? Oh, that's my part. That's my part. Okay. So she literally she asked me what was I? And I said I was Jamaican. And she literally grabbed me by the wrist, dragged me around the corner to where everybody was meeting. She thrusted me at him. She said, "He's been waiting for you all his life."
Yeah. Yeah. That's how we met.
Interestingly
enough, I saw her in Walmart the other day.
I
ran into her last week. The girl that introduced us, yeah.
But what's funny is when she thrusted me at him, I took one look at him and I said, no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't been waiting for me all his life. And I turned around and I left. I was like, no, he hasn't. Because he, like I told y'all before, he had on lugs that were this high off the ground.
That high.
Yes, they were. And he had on
tall, right?
He had oh, God got jokes. And he had on khakis, right? That were crushed. And he had on it was really the khakis. You had on a
lugs shirt on and khakis and
yeah.
And my hair was out.
Yeah, his hair was out. It was big.
And Bone Thugs and Harmony out, like flowing around.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
It was casual Friday at work.
And so I was like, did you have a fight with your iron? And he said,
"No, man. Me and my aunt have an agreement. I don't charge him rent, and he don't use my electricity." Seeing a lot of mercy.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, if you have one last question for Gordon, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Otherwise, we are going to wrap this up. Thank you, my love. My mother's standing over here. She went and got me some ice. Look at that ice, y'all. Look at that ice, baby. It's the Thugs Ruggish Bone. What? It's the Thuggish Ruggish. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't really listen to them that much.
Bone. Really?
No, I knew who they were.
Wake up.
Yeah, I heard.
I think I got my hair right there. Something.
That's right. That Bronx attitude, Shanae. You already know. Oh man, we had fun last night. Anyway, Tara said, "Oh, mama,
That crazy.
hadn't brought him to you too.
Oh Lord, see, she just want to be a part of the show. She talk about she don't like to be on camera. She don't like the spotlight, but she over here talking about my prayers is what brought him to you. My prayers is what brought him to you, and she's right.
He called and talked to me in New York for the longest time.
He called and talked to you,
Yeah,
and y'all talked for a long time.
And
No, I'm not telling you to stand up. I'm telling you to raise your. I'm going like this to her, and she's like this on her walker, and I'm going like this, so she raises up like y'all can see her. She's all the way over there. No, higher your voice. Raise your voice.
he the first thing that got me is he asked, "May I have your daughter's hand in marriage?" I said, "Huh?"
That was his
To
first question.
myself, to myself. He probably said hello and say, but I don't remember what. But that got me because from my left England, I don't remember hearing that girls go out, the date and whatever. Say, "Mom, getting married or we getting engaged?" He asked. I think he was tricky, right? You know what the right thing to ask. He said, "Oh, that's a Jamaican mother. Let me ask her that." No, and that did it. And then he spoke to me with respect, you know. And I prayed about it too, because I've been praying from before you were born, praying that the Lord will bring, a Christian man into your life that you marry. So I knew that was it.
Wow.
And I prayed for a good mother-in-law. I know I used to hear stories, I've seen people, and I'm like, I don't want any contention. I want somebody that actually I have a relationship with, that I can love and cherish and understand and seek wisdom. And yes, this is what God has given me. So I pray for that. And that's what it is.
Patrice said, "Tell Mama she and I are going shopping this weekend."
Oh, great.
You need to FaceTime her, Patrice. All right, y'all. Okay, no other questions came through. So listen, y'all, this was fun. And so make sure, let's see if how many followers you got so far. Let's see how many followers you got. Let's see. Oh, you at 83. Look at your face.
Yeah.
He's at 83.
Thank you,
83. All right.
Thank you.
That's
So-
my age.
That's your age? 83. All right. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. And we are going to, once the video is done, I'm going to stop in the live. But this is how we're going to close it out. Thank you guys for being here today. We love you guys so much. You guys are a blessing to us. And we'll see you tomorrow for day 26.
What's a soulmate?
It's it's like a best friend, but more. It's the one person in the world who knows you better than anyone else. It's someone who makes you a better person. Actually, they don't make you a better person, you do that yourself. Because they inspire you. A soulmate is someone who you carry with you forever.
Watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer.
What's a soulmate?
Should I add more songs to it?
Yeah, you should. I'm waiting for the rest of the song to go. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Go do something new. All right. And we'll see you tomorrow. We love you too. Bye.